I look at this as something that, is not just important to me, but it's important to my children and my children's children. So I want to teach my son and my daughter to operate in a sustainable manner, whether it's recycling or trying to live in an urban environment or just doing the right thing. And I think if they do that and then they teach their children to do that, it's just going to be ingrained in everyone. And we're seeing it again, it's mainstream now. So it's not really something you need to teach. I mean, these younger people, they don't do it any other way. They look at things like bottled water and Keurig cups and understand that these things are harmful to the environment simply because we're running out of room for things to go. And, so I don't really have to teach my children, but I'm going to do my best. But they're going to get it anyway, because that's really a movement. I mean, my father, the founder of our company, Jack Pyatt, is 87 years old, and he supports sustainability. And he was there when we started in the steel industry, and totally supports the new foundation of our company, which is focusing on urban environments, focusing on green development and smart development, and he gets it. And that's one of the most surprising things for me, is that a gentleman that 87 years old really buys into this new concept and understands that there's tremendous value there. So if we have to rewind to 10 years ago, I would say we had a 10 to 15% perhaps cost increase because of going green. Now it's maybe a couple $100,000, 1%, and that is not really the material cost, because that's really gold standard now, is sustainability in materials and recycled materials. The only real cost increase that we see in our projects are the commissioning that are done by the individuals that give you the certification. That's really the only increase. Bring on a consultant up front. They'll go through a lead checklist with you, and you'll get certain points for certain items, whether one being an urban environment. You get a good amount of points just from the location. Then you score different areas within that checklist. So if you retain rainwater, if you reuse rainwater, if you have solar panels, if you use recycled materials, you get points. And then it goes lead gold, lead silver. Well, it goes lead silver, lead gold, lead platinum, and that's based on how many points you get. So with a new building, you're obviously unlimited really in what you can build. The finances are really what drives that. So if you can build it, if you can finance it, you can build it. But it's not really the best and most sustainable way to grow, to develop. An adaptive reuse building, which was really where we started in Pittsburgh. We did 3 of our 4 projects initially were adaptive reuse. The steel's there, the structure's there, the concrete's there. You're not tearing something down, so you're not increasing the mass at the landfill and so forth. So really the best and most sustainable project is an adaptive reuse project. Now, when you build new, you just have to make sure that you do it with recycled materials and you do it the best way possible. I think if you look at the majority of the banks in the United States, every building is LEED or LEED Gold, really. Federal government, if you want to lease from the federal government, you better have a sustainable building. These aren't things that are just good for the environment and health and wellness. These are things that are good for the pocketbook and marketability and PR and those types of things. So it's smart all the way around. I don't see why you wouldn't do it.